myself Amit, and today we will be learning English. So, our first unit is personality development. What do you understand by personality development? What are the traits a person should have in his personality to be called as a good person? So, let us look at the pictures given to the left side of your textbook and see who persons are there. We are looking at them. So, first we are seeing that the first picture that we are having is of Sudha Chandran. The second picture is of the great scientist and cosmologist Stephen Hawking. And the last picture that is being shown is nothing but the famous writer Helen Keller. So let us know a little about them and what is common about them. So Sudha Chandran is a very famous Bharatanatyam dancer. Despite she has lost her one leg in a car accident, she still performs Bharatanatyam with so much grace with the artificial leg. Moving forward to Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was a cosmologist, and due to a disease he has lost his motor control over his body. So literally you can say his only brain is functional. But still he has given so much contribution to the field of science. The last but not the least is the Helen Keller, who was born blind and deaf. So due to this disability, this might have caused a lot of problem to them, but they did not let this shortcomings to come over their talent, and they have created a history and became successful in their future. What do we get from this? We understand that a positive attitude can lead you to the heights of success. So the first part of this unit is attitude and is altitude, and we are going to discuss about it now. So this is the story of a guy who is 26-year-old, born a torso. A torso means the middle part of a person's body. Yeah, you got me right. He was born with no legs and no hands. How horrible that time, that situation you can imagine. That person with no limbs now performs skating, he can play football, he can type on computer, and all because of his positive attitude. Do you want to know who that person is? That person is no one but Nick Vujicic. When he was born, he was infected with an unexplained disease named Phocomelia. Their parents were shocked. Her mother was a nurse and she took every care she could have taken during her pregnancy. But when he was born, she was too shocked and she refused to take his own child in her lap for the post 4 months. It became difficult for their parents to accept him. And as slowly he has grown up, sometimes he felt like doing suicide because of his shortcomings and disabilities. But slowly with the support of their parents and their friends, they developed confidence into him, and he has proved that no shortcomings are there in this world which can stop us from becoming successful. So the Nick Vujicic is now our mentor, and he is now 26 years old, and he is an youth icon and example in front of everyone in the world who think that they are not capable of making any change in this world. Nick Vujicic has some extraordinary talents. He has a small leg attached to his left hip. He uses it for swimming, writing, and balancing his body. He is an evangelical Christian. An evangelical Christian is a person who believes in the Christian religion and advertises his religion. He has decided to remain virgin till his marriage, although he had so many relationships before, but he did not had any relationship with them, as he decided to remain virgin till his marriage. There was one incident when he was bathing in the bathtub, and he tried to drown himself as he was very depressed due to his disability. But the confidence, the perseverance that he had, and the support that he got from his parents made him very strong and helped him to achieve success and get motivated in each and every step of life. So what does the story of Nick Vujicic tell us? This story tells us that no matter what obstacles are there in the path of the success, no matter how thorny or how tough the way you have chosen for your career or for your future is, you should not ever fear of it. You should always think that I have to achieve this and I have to work hard to get the success. So this is our first story all about, and further we will see. Sir, can we pause it? There was one more incident when Nick was moving in one car, and the car stopped at one signal. There was a lady in another car, and she was looking at him. So he made a 360 flip within the car itself. So after seeing him doing such weird things within the car, she got stunned and immediately she moved away. So he got the capabilities of an extraordinary person. Even the person with a healthy body and having full-fledged working 4 limbs could not perform such things that Nick Vujicic could do. Nick Vujicic knows how to skate. Nick knows how to play chess, he knows how to play football, he plays baseball, and he is a multi-talented person. So by the end of this chapter, we get to know that whatever shortcomings, whatever disabilities you have, if you have the strong mentality, if you have a strong faith in you, you can definitely get over them and you can become a successful person. So this was about our first part, attitude is altitude. Let us move to the second part of the unit. Before moving to the second part, let us look at a few hard words that is nothing but the glossary of the chapter. So what words you might be getting in the chapter is skateboard. So what is a skateboard? Skateboard is nothing but a board which is used to skate over the waves of sea. It is a kind of sport. Next word is a club. So a club is nothing but a heavy stick with one end thick and the other end thin. The next word is adversity. Adversity means having a difficult situation or lack of something. Next word is perseverance. What is perseverance? Perseverance means having an attitude of keeping on trying the things until the person gets the success. So these are the few tough words you might encounter within the chapter. Let us go to the second part. The second part of the unit is every success story is the also story of great failures. So the question arises over here is, when you face failures, whenever you are going to try a new thing, there is a great chance that there might be a failure, because you don't know what might be the consequences during the course of the work, and at the same time you are not experienced enough to know about the new thing that you are going to do. So in short, we can say that failures are not a new thing. They are our daily fellows. नहीं आ रहा क्या बस? Okay. So the question is there an existence of success without failure? The answer is a big no, because if you haven't tasted the failure, you can't become successful. And the person who never stops to try only becomes successful in the life. We have come with the stories of various and several people who are well known to the world, but they have become successful after crossing so many barriers of the failures in their life. So let us start with our first story, that is nothing but Abraham Lincoln's. Everybody knows Abraham Lincoln was the president of United States of America, and how he struggled through his life in his earlier ages to the journey of the president of the USA. So let us look how he came over all the difficulties and what difficulties he faced, and he did not lose his confidence. So the Abraham Lincoln was a man who failed in the business at the age of 22. Sir, excuse me. Actually, I have completed this first part.
It's recording. You continue class.
Wait, actually, I have completed my first chapter. No, I did not prepare.
Uncle. What happened?
Since we are done from the explanation of attitude is altitude, so now this is the time for the exercise of the chapter. Let us start. Let us look at our first question. I call it my chicken drumstick. Jogged Nick, what does it refers to? And how does it help him? So we have question. I call it my chicken drumstick jogged Nick. What does it refers to? How does it help him? So as we went through the chapter, we came to know that the Nick has a short leg to his left hip. So jokingly, Nick calls that small leg as chicken drumstick. Now, what is the next question? How does it help him? Since we already know that Nick uses his small leg, which he calls chicken drumsticks, in performing so many tasks. For example, balancing his body, swimming, writing on the board, and other more works. So I hope you understood this question. Let us move to the next question. The next question says that what do you mean by right girl or boy to marry? What do you mean by right girl or boy to marry? So, in this chapter, although Nick has got so many marriage proposals and he had so many friends earlier in his life, but he did not found yet the person whom he'd love to spend his whole life with. So here the right girl or boy refers to the person to whom Nick would like to marry. I hope you understand this question and answer. Let's move to the other question. The third question says, his parents decided not to send him to a special school. Was Nick happy about his? Was Nick happy about his parents' decision? And further, why or why not? What do you think about this decision? So the question says, his parents decided not to send him to a special school. Was Nick happy about his parents' decision? Why or why not? What do you think about this decision? So, as you already know that Nick was a disabled person. So, in our society we have special schools for the disabled person where they are separated from the normal people and they have given special treatment. Although his parents knew that Nick is disabled and he has a special ability, so instead of sending him to a special school made for disabled, they have sent it to the normal school so that he can gain the confidence of living the life among the normal people and facing the challenges that he has to face in his upcoming life. So, according to Nick, he was very happy from the decision taken by his parents. He thinks that if he wouldn't have been sent to a normal school, he wouldn't have got so much of confidence to live his life. So as per our perception, this was a brave, although a very good decision taken by his parents, which helped him to develop in his life. I hope you have understood this. Let's move to the next question. The next question says that, how did Nick's parents help him to become independent? Question is, how did Nick's parents help him to become independent? So, as we have already discussed that instead of sending Nick to a special school for disables, they have decided to send him to a normal mainstream school. So this was a very brave decision made by his parents. so that he learns to live life among the normal people and learns how to face the challenges as the normal people do. So this was the best decision ever taken by the parents to make Nick an independent personality. Moving up to the next question. The next question says that pick out the symptoms of Nick's depression. Do you think his depression was normal or something unique about him? Do you think that this depression was normal or something unique about him? Give reasons for your opinion. So here we have our question. Pick out the symptoms of the Nick's depression. Do you think that this depression was normal or something unique about him? Give reasons for your opinion. So let us look at the expressions and the statements made by Nick within the chapter, so we get to know that what were the symptoms of depression shown by Nick. So when the Nick was taking bath, he tried to drown himself in the bathtub. Why did he do so? Because he has thought that the God has done unfair with him. The God has not given the abilities to him that other people have. Seeing this, he tried several times to end his life. This shows that the Nick was very depressed during the stage of his development. So the next part of question says that, do you think that this depression was normal or unique about him? Give reasons for your opinion. I think that this depression was very normal for any person having such kind of disability. For example, because if you have something tasty in front of you and you don't have a hand to pick it up and put it in your mouth, how sad it feels, how helpful it feels. Next, when you see your friends playing in the ground, you want to play with them, you want to run around with them, but you are unable to do that because of your disability. You don't have legs to run. Only Nick can understand this situation because he has faced it. So the cause of his depression was very normal, and these are the reasons behind that. Hope you have understood these questions and answers. The next and last question we will discuss in today's class is the last question is, which incident in this text is funny? What makes it funny? So in this text we have came to one incident that suddenly Nick stopped on a signal in his car and he made a 360 flip in front of a lady, which shocked her a lot, and this was a funny incident in this text. I hope you have gone through the questions very carefully and you have understood the context of all these questions. We will be meeting you in our next class for the remaining exercise and the further part of the lesson. Thank you so much.